Hello everyone, this is James Song here. Welcome back to my video. I hope you are all very well. I am doing really well. As you can see on the screen, we have the speaking section ready for you today. So as always, first thing first, we start with question 1 of the speaking section, which is independent task, meaning you are expressing your own opinion. You create your own contents, okay? So there is no such thing as a right or wrong answer just by choosing your opinion because you are entitled to your own opinion. The focus is whether you can back it up by logical reasons, coherent, connecting reasons, and able to develop it into detailed explanation or example to get the full score. So we got agree or disagree question here. So answer is yes or no. We just need to decide. Artists and musicians are important to society. Use details and examples to explain your answer. You could say no. You could say no if you feel so strongly about it. So when you get agree or disagree logically, if you feel really strong urge to disagree, you're thinking very sharp, you're thinking very critical, and you feel very strongly against about this statement, then disagree by all means. But even if you don't strongly agree, because we only have 15 seconds, if you feel kind of like, yeah, this is kind of making sense, like I don't really strongly disagree with this, I don't strongly agree, but yeah, maybe, then agree with it. It's a lot easier and quicker way to create reasons to back up your position. Okay. I mean, it's an obvious question, right? I mean, disagree is not wrong, but I'm not even going to bother today because, like, in some way, shape, or form, do artists and musicians play important role to a society? Like today, kind of positively benefit our society, even a little bit? Of course they do. Okay, so probably first time ever, I'm not going to even briefly brainstorm the opposite side, not because the answer is wrong, it's just I feel very unnecessary to disagree with the following statement and trying to make the logic that backs up artists and musicians are not important to our society. That sounds ridiculous, right? Okay, so there's many ways you could do this, I guess. You could kind of conceptualize. So we're gonna agree today. And artist and musician as like a one thing, right? And kind of think of two reasons how they benefit our life or society as a whole, or some positive effects they have on ourselves or individuals or society, because society is made up of individuals, right? Or if you're really clever, I just tackled each keyword for my reason. So I decided to create some reason for artists as like my one reason specifically. So artists do this, so they benefit, right? And use musician as like a second separate thing in my answer to come up with second reason. Okay, break it down, right? Analyze the question, take out the keyword, get into the keyword, and think of just one reason each. Okay, so I just thought really basic reason. People can enjoy, have a good time. So I need some other reason for music. Like music is same, but I'm not going to say, they can enjoy and have a good time. It's still a test. And also, I realize my reason is maybe very general or too general in this case. So I'll work really hard to really provide detailed explanation or really like a specifically detailed example. So I will realize that and, focus on that to make sure my answer is not all fluffy and general and meaningless. I don't want that kind of answer. But because I had like two concepts that is so easy, there's so many reasons I can create. So I decided to stay general because I need to think quickly, and people can appreciate the artist. It can inspire people. They can broaden their perspective. It can help them inspire to create new ideas, all that good kind of things, right? And I may stop here and try to explain or exemplify instantaneously because I have to. Or if we do go, don't get used to this, but I am giving you two versions today as well. So don't complain when I start giving you just one model answer, okay? I decided to be nice today and give you two different versions for you to study, in various ways to help you more. So if I explain, again, just like I took the keyword from the question and come up with the reason, I took the keyword in my reason and then break it into more detail. So what do I mean by appreciate? What do I mean by appreciate? So these things, they can, think in different perspective, or it inspire them to come up with new ideas. So that's like appreciate what I mean, broken down into more detail. And enjoy, it's a great for family to like visit galleries and, just look around the artworks, whether they understand or not. Good way to relax, just have a good time with the family, and, they go home and even have a discussion about the artwork they observed, they felt it was good or bad, or, what kind of inspiration they've got. It's very enjoyable, right? So that's my logic to explain it this way, okay? All right, so I broke down the words into more detail to think of my reason. And I broke down my keywords in my reason to come up with more detailed explanation. This is what you should do, okay? So like almost break the word artist and crack it into more detail to think of, enjoy, and appreciate artist artwork, and crack, enjoy, and appreciate in, crack these words almost like if they were rocks, crack it in and create the small pieces within this keyword to, think about, what do I mean by enjoy in more detail? What do I mean by appreciate? Okay, so that's what I've done. So my first paragraph would be, yes, I think artists and musicians play very important roles to society. First reason is that people can enjoy and appreciate the artist's work. To explain further, when we watch art, we could be pushed to think in different perspective and give us some inspiration to think of new ideas. And it's always fun for the whole family or friends to go to the galleries and enjoy art and talk about them. Something like that, right? Not word for word in my model essay, because also when I do model essay, I don't write them, I stay genuine and kind of provide answer instantaneously of my own. And then I do a dictation later. So, it might not be word for word, okay? But you'll see, okay? It's very close to it. And if I exemplify, as I always say, just create a situation, right? You know, my father, me, my mother, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, whatever, right? Okay, so I thought it was too much in example. So I kind of put enjoy and appreciate as a one thing. And I just stick to my family, going to a gallery, but more specific detail, you know, looking at the art on the weekend, enjoy it, have a good time, come home and discuss it, you know, over dinner. It's such an enjoyable experience for our family to go to the gallery. Okay, something like that, right? And my second reason, what I thought of was, what did I think of? Yeah, music. Okay, I mean, there's so many things you can say music, right? You can be really detailed. Music help many people to get motivated, or you know, musicians create music that people um, people use every day of their life, or musicians create music that heals people, really help people to overcome difficulties, whatever can be the reason. There are millions of reasons we can think of. So I was confident, so I stay general, which I don't usually do. I quickly thought of, like, it's one of the greatest entertainment of mankind. Bit fancy, right? Okay, right. And then I cracked this word into more detail to come up with explanation, right? What do I mean by greatest entertainment? Okay, so from third person's perspective, you could say, usually, many people listen to music in all situations, whether they're in the party, they want to overcome their sadness, when they're really happy, when they need to calm down, when they're having a meal. Music can play a role in all situations, in all different moods, and it all works. Classical music, hip hop music. Just don't say everything, but stay focused and kind of finish your answer. Like really, really important part of many people's lives, because they listen to it in all situations, and it all works usually. Plays really positive part when all situation, meaning be detailed. When you're happy, when you're sad, when you want some help, when you need some motivation, when you're really depressed, we listen to music. So it's a really important part of our lives. Okay, so example, just put in a situation. Maybe I'll say something like, I listen to music at least 4 to 5 hours every day. I mean, I start listening to music when I wake up. I need to get into a positive mood. I listen to some positive, upbeat mood to motivate myself to start my day. And when I'm commuting, I listen to some of my favorite music in the bus or subway, on my way to work, on my school, to motivate myself to have a great day. And I get into such a good mood. I have a good day. Or something like that, something specific, but just exemplify. Music is integral part of my life. But when you explain it, you could say like an integral part of your life. Example, you can say it too, but give some situations. So what do you mean by integral part of your life? Like when do you listen to it? Exactly. Give 1 or 2 situations max, then you have a real good example. Okay, and Let's find out how I did it in my answer. Okay, so yeah, let me do some demo. Okay, yeah, artists, musicians, definitely. Because artists, we can enjoy and appreciate. Music, it's like really fun. It applies all parts of my life. So that would be just coming up with 2 reasons, okay, which is good enough. Brainstorming till the explanation, hopefully, will be something like, yep, definitely. Artist, it helps us, explanation. It inspires to think of some new idea. Music, it helps us become positive, change our mood. Okay, something like that. Okay, to think of explanation. Think of example. Yep, we can appreciate. For example, like I saw this creative work and thought of something new. What was the second one? I got a brain freeze. Second, yeah, greatest entertainment. I always listen to music because it makes me happy, fun, and energized. Yeah. Or even you could like jump into example like my favorite band is BTS. Yeah. And when I listen to that music from BTS, it just makes me happy. You know, love BTS. Something like that. Okay, just create example. Keep practicing 15 seconds. Sounds funny and fake, but you have to practice the preparation time. Like you have to do these practice as I do. You cannot just not practice these 15 seconds. You know, you have to practice the preparation time to become better at preparing. Okay, so speak it out or write it down for question 1. Unlike other questions you really need to speak it out. But question 1, you only have 15 seconds to think of 2 reasons. So, you know, you may want to just write down 2 reasons rather than trying to speak, which is fine, but you must practice intentionally and specifically how to do preparation time to improve your preparation. Okay, so you must do it. Don't just understand when I do it. Okay, you have to practice them yourself. All right, so I'm blabbing on again. So I think we can look at the final answer and understand, and you can start practicing. Let's go. Yeah, I decided to be nice. I'm bragging. No, because I just don't want you to be disappointed when I just give you like one version. You know, maybe next video. But I do have 2 versions ready for you, but it's not going to happen every time. Let me warn you. I'm preempting complaint prior to it happening. Okay, let's go. I agree with the following statement that artists and musicians are important to society. First, artists create work that people can enjoy and appreciate. Many people can watch the artist's work to appreciate different perspectives or help people think about some creative ideas. Also, the art gallery is a great place for the whole family and friends to enjoy the artwork and relax. Second, musicians create music that may be one of the greatest entertainment for humanity. Music is an integral part of many people's life. Musicians create music that people listen to when they are happy, sad, studying, or relaxing in all situations. Yeah, okay. So let's see example version. What I prefer you would do is don't give 2 examples in one answer. Like first paragraph, example, second paragraph, explanation. Or first paragraph, body paragraph, explain, then second body paragraph, example. That's more ideal, what I want you to do, and more realistic. Okay, all right? And you have to do it intentionally. Like if you just do it as it naturally comes out, you probably never exemplify. Like you have to force yourself to say, first reason is da 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 da, and even before thinking of example, for example, and you have to like force yourself to create examples. Only then you get used to it. You build ability to be able to say example, unless it's not going to come to you naturally. Nothing does, okay? All right, here we go. I agree with the following statement that artists and musicians are important to society. First, artists create work that people can enjoy and appreciate. My family often goes to the art gallery on the weekend to have fun and relax while looking at various creative artworks. We even talk about the arts when we get home, which is really fun. Second, musicians create music that may be one of the greatest entertainment for humanity. For example, I personally listen to music as soon as I wake up. I listen to music when I work out or want to have some fun, or even when I'm depressed. Listening to music is most integral part of my life. Okay, something like this, guys. And obviously you can say the connector here. You're not going to get a deduction, but it's safe to say like, for example, for instance, here, okay, because it's a language test. Sorry, I didn't type that in, but please do say, yeah, you have to say it, okay? Do say like, for example, for instance, to exemplify, okay? And then say this. Sorry, I didn't write that in, okay? All right, that's it. Another one done and dusted. I hope you find it really helpful and you thought it was worth your time and it helped you. That's why I'm here for. That's purpose of my existence in this manner with you, the relationship we have. So I promise you I'll do best I can. And I hope you really practice multiple times to improve your speaking. Same question, multiple times, okay? And you can apply to newer questions. You'll see, right? So thank you very much once again. I appreciate you watching the video till the end and working hard with me. So I'll come back with another great video and let's go at it again. Have a great day. Bye, guys.